Alrighty guys, I'm charging on the inverter my drill battery. And it's kind of a cloudy day and I can hear the wind turbine keeping me afloat because right now the solar is only bringing in that amount of amps. And I have the entertainment set up running, and normally I couldn't do that with the inverter charging this drill battery because this drill 120 volt inverter mod sine wave 400 watt will just murder that little 33 amp hour battery. So the wind turbine is actually keeping it going in combination with the solar, which is pretty amazing. Now I had to shut the load side off because that was just on the edge for everything. And you can see, oh no, that's not good. So we got some cloudy situations going on, but there is wind. So I'm just on the edge of, hell. So we're getting back up to normal land here. And watching a tiny house video over there, and I'm actually was in the process of drilling into my new stack here. This will be replacing my bucket. This is also a food grade container. I'm upgrading quite to a bigger size, so I got 2 holes drilled for the filters, plus it leaves me a ton around the perimeter, which I will be adding as time progresses. But I'm just going to put the 4 in for now. And that will give this thing time to fill up and drain, hopefully, without having major overflow issues. So yeah, the wind turbine is definitely keeping the tiny house afloat with heavy loads like charging a drill battery on mod sine wave. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh my god, use pure sine wave. Well, I don't have a pure sine wave inverter. Well, I do, but it's not hooked up, and I would never dare hook it up to this little crappy 33 amp hour battery because it probably couldn't handle it. So because it is, I think it's 1,000 or 2,000 watt pure sine wave, and yeah, not good. So right now this guy is maxing out hybrid combination, keeping everything going, which is quite amazing. You can probably hear the wind turbine if I hold the camera up. It's that kind of chopping noise. There you go. So the wind turbine works really well, and I'm shocked. It was just that damn annoying wiring switch setup is so ugly, and it's so stupid how they have that. So that means my soldering job worked, guys. We're producing power, and it looks like the battery's full charge now. See, look at this. 9.7 amps into the battery, 7.5 are coming off the solar alone. So the rest is coming off the wind turbine. That's pretty insane. Now, this is probably going to take a good half hour. So, depending on how cloudy things get, I saw it jump up to 10 there, 10 amps for a second. I may even be able to turn on that load, and we'll see how long it stays with the other load on, running the fan over the fireplace, the wood stove that I have going. So we'll see how that works, but it's still charging down there. Seems to be okay, and I still got my entertainment setup going. Somebody built a fireproof tiny house. Bryce always seems to go to these show tiny houses instead of going to the average budget Joe's tiny house. So they obviously pick and choose. Yeah, I can hear the turbine spinning up again. It's 9.4 amps. So the controller in that turbine is actually working. So that's pretty amazing stuff. I'll take a look at the fireplace here. I gotta add some more lumber here later on. Burning the crap off the window. And hopefully these tubes will be long enough for the new setup there. We'll see. This bucket is longer and wider than the other one by quite a bit, so we'll see exactly how that works out. It's all I could think of for now, guys, because I'm on a tight budget here. I just grabbed that stuff that I had around that was free, and stuff that I thought would work. Because remember, guys, well, they haven't called yet, so they haven't got the batteries in yet, but that's going to be a huge blow once that hits the bank account. And then I also have some news coming up that early next year I will be going on a family vacation with my parents, my dad, and after he's been recovered from his cancer and all that. So I better shut this off. So that will be another 2,000 plus for that, because we're going on a cruise in the early next year. So that's $4,000 plus total, guys. Closing in on $5,000. That's gonna drain from my bank account, so I gotta be super careful on budgeting. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. We're dropping here pretty low. The wind turbine's still kicking out though. This inverter hopefully will charge this drill quickly, because we don't need a nightmare on our hands. Alright, I'll let you know when it's done. 10.2 amps, wow. Turbine's pumping it out. Alrighty guys, so it looks like I got a massive monstrosity here, but it is my new rain catchment harvesting gravity filter setup, as opposed to the small little food grade ice cream bucket that I was using. And hopefully this will do the trick. Now the nice thing about the size of this guy, it's going to be able to take on a lot more water, and it's also upgradable, so I can add more of these gravity filters as I need. These filters are expensive, and I haven't bought any in a long time. I'm on my last one at home, which I can add in here after the fact. I'll show you in a minute here once I'm done screwing in the rest of these nuts on this beast. And then I'm going to hang this guy off the front of the ABS totes and go from there. So I'm just tightening up all the nuts here, make sure we're good. No leaky. Alright, so expansion wise, get a light on. Does this have the telescoping thing? Oh yeah, there we go. So, I'll be able to add quite a few more filters, and the more the better, because the faster the flow rate on this beast. So I can probably add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more filters in there. And then 6 filters would eat up a lot of water fairly quickly. So that's my hope. So I'm gonna need what I can do is Wish sells some cheapo ceramic filters that I can possibly buy. Now they're stubbies, which is nice, and I can put a whole ton of those in, but that's gonna cost money. So I got one more of these at home that's being used currently, so we'll have to see what the plan is. But I'm gonna hang this up where the old one was, a little bit higher too, so the pipe kind of goes right inside of this thing, and we'll see what happens. So I'll show you that after the fact. Alrighty guys, so I have installed the monstrosity in the utility room. It is just about my height and offset to the totes, so if you're using the composting toilet, you won't smash your head or anything. It's ugly as sin, but I have the 4 filters being plumbed into a funnel, which then goes into the tank. I'll go up the ladder here for you and show you how I fasten this. I fasten this with the galvanized strapping, 1-inch screws, and that should hold a huge amount of water, I would assume, because water's heavy, and you guys can barely see that, but this is where all the water comes in from the outside. And I cranked up the trailer a few lengths, and there's no way I can keep the trailer boosted up without a transport trailer. So I'll have to ask the landlord if he can help me out with that sometime. But hopefully next rain I will get some rainfall, and we'll see how much water I collect in this beast, and hopefully no flooding. That's the main thing. So here we go. Oh.